It's a beautiful day. This park is just gorgeous, and I'm just honored to have the opportunity to represent an area that's just this beautiful. My district is so diverse. I run from the top of Chestnut Hill down to Broad and Lehigh, and everything in between. And so, these are the hidden gems that you don't hear about every day, but that exist here in the city of Philadelphia. And why don't we start, if we could, by giving a round of applause for Parks and Recreation, the Philadelphia Department of Parks and Recreation, and all of their hard work, and also to Giant. Let's give them a big round of applause. As well. And also, we're going to hear from Non-Toxic Neighborhoods, Non-Toxic Philly, and which is the reason that we're all here today. And so let me start reading my notes here. And again, I want to say good morning. My name is Councilwoman Cindy Bass. I have the honor to represent the 8th Council District, and I want to welcome everyone to beautiful Fernhill Park with 50 acres of park space to enjoy. That includes basketball fields, baseball fields, tennis courts, and so much more open space that's available to everyone. I'm proud to team up with Stonyfield Organic, the Giant Company, Non-Toxic Neighborhoods, and the Philadelphia Phillies to be a part of Stonyfield's Play Free initiative, which aims to help convert public parks and playing fields across the country. And here in Philadelphia, to Organic Grounds Management to ensure our community spaces are free from the use of synthetic pesticides. As chair of Council's Committee on Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Affairs, I want to see that we have safer places for everyone to enjoy, especially our children. I have my child out here somewhere. Where is she? Can you tell with the Cindy Bass shirt on? But it's important for our children. We have toxins in our water, soil, buildings, and our air. New federal legislation protects America's children from the Toxic Pesticides Act of 2020, and it's currently being introduced and addresses the severe health impacts of over-reliance of these chemicals. It states approximately 1/3 of annual U.S. pesticide use, over 300 million pounds from 85 different pesticides, comes from pesticides that are banned in the European Union. So what does that tell us? It tells us that we should not be using them here. I will also be introducing legislation in September. I'm very excited about this. That will promote a healthy environment for all Philadelphians by reducing the exposure of our residents to toxic herbicides. We know that exposure to toxic herbicides has been linked to increased risk of many diseases and health conditions, which also makes us more vulnerable to COVID-19. So I'm very excited. There's going to be more information to come about our bill, which is pending. You'll hear more about it in September. And as it becomes released, we'd be happy to make sure that all of our news outlets gets the information so you can spread it throughout the city of Philadelphia and beyond, because we want people to know that being safe, being healthy, being away from pesticides and herbicides is very, very important for our future. This generous financial donations from Giant and Stonyfield to the city support this pilot program here in Fernhill and also at Vernon Park in historic Germantown, and will hopefully lead to convergence to Organic Grounds Management to other public grounds in the future. So our goal here is not just what we're doing here today, not just what we're going to be doing, what we're doing over in Vernon Park, but eventually an entire citywide system is the goal that will be free of toxic chemicals. Very, very important. And again, a big thank you to Giant and to Stonyfield and the Phillies for making that happen. We couldn't do it without you all being at the table. This project is a continuation of my commitment to creating healthy and clean environments, particularly in underserved communities, which have been ravaged by issues of enhanced exposure to environmental toxins. And I do want to acknowledge a couple of people. I know we're waiting. She's right on time. She may not come when you call her, but when you need her, she's right on time. Miss Aisha Richardson from State Senator Sharif Street's office. She's busy with a number of different things right now. Take the time. I want to also acknowledge that we have here from Nicetown CDC, our partner in all things good, Majida Rashid, who's the executive director. Mr. Solomon Williams is here also. We call him the cat with the hat over here. Who else? Mr. Risha Parker.
How you doing?
How are you?
Good.
How are you? So representing State Representative Rosita Youngblood's office. I want to acknowledge my staff as well. Rodney Jameson, we're going with Rodney, take the rest of the day off. Hugh Haney, right over here, who handles our press. You can take the afternoon off. And Aisha, why don't you come on up and say a few words on behalf of our favorite state senator, who's worked so hard on environmental issues, State Senator Sharif Street.
Thank you. I'm so sorry that Senator Sharif Street isn't here. I'm a poor substitute for the senator. But we all know that open space is valuable. We all know that it increases property value. We all know that it helps with health issues. People walk in parks. So using organic material reduces toxins, which helps with the health disparities that are prevalent in communities of color. So I want to commend the Councilwoman for all the work that she's done, and I want to commend this effort to use a pilot to bring it citywide. So thank you so much for the opportunity to speak, and on behalf of State Senator Sharif Street, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Please send our regards to the senator. Tell him that he's missed, and we know he's doing important convention business this morning and Senate business as well. So send our regards. Thank you. And next up is a good friend of mine. She's not just here because she's a good friend of mine, but because of all of the work that she does in the environment. And we actually met around environmental issues many years ago. It was like 20 years ago, but she's one of my favorite people in the entire world. And so, Christopher, come on up and say a few words.
Thank you, Councilmember Bass. And we are so proud of the work you do, and we're so grateful that you're going to introduce an ordinance for healthy public spaces. And we want to share our, in an effort to get you totally branding on our thing, here is a shirt for you, Toxic Free Philly, because we went all over the city, and the person who stood up and said, yes, I get this, yes, I want to protect everybody in the city, was Councilmember Bass. So, thank you. We love you. So not everyone who represents us in government can take a stand and do some sweeping legislation that Councilmember Bass is about to do. So we're deeply grateful for her commitment and her courage to go forth and do that. This is landmark health and environmental legislation. And we all used to think that pesticides were safe, and it turns out they're very dangerous. You heard what she said about that. So Philadelphia is only one of two major cities that's going to do a policy about pesticides and herbicides, and we're grateful for Senator Street's, and we're going to invite Senator Street to support our statewide effort and all of our other friends when we get to that, but we're going to start here. So our Toxic Free Philly program has three parts. It's a tool for helping the city to transition to organic land management. It's based on a soil systems approach, which just means make the land healthy and don't spray dangerous products on it, to build healthy soils, and not a product swap from spraying blank to spraying X, right? So it requires the full participation of Philadelphia Parks and Rec for it to work. So we want to thank the Friends groups like you did, because they are the boots on the ground that do the work. You know, we can't afford to take care of the parks the way they're taking care of and do this beautiful work. So we're grateful to them, and Angela Miles and Pat Yerbeck from Friends of Vernon Park and Friends of Fernhill. And these are the healthy and safe hubs for the whole neighborhood, especially now during COVID, right? And we work closely with several national groups to bring the best information and practices to our city. And we're pleased that today one of our consultants from one of the organizations, Not Toxic Neighborhoods, is here, and we're going to introduce her. And Toxic Free Philly is proud to be here and provide coordination and oversight, and we're here for the long haul. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Christopher. And next we're going to have Kim Conte, the founder of Non-Toxic Neighborhoods. Since 2015, Kim and her team have assisted over 100 cities, counties, and school districts to ban glyphosate from California to the UK. Non-Toxic Neighborhoods has proven that you can have beautiful parks, athletic fields, and open space without the use of harmful and synthetic pesticides. Kim?
Hello, thank you, Councilwoman Bass. And just like Chris shared, this is what we really need. We don't have time to let our children be exposed to harmful pesticides for purely cosmetic reasons any longer. Councilwoman Bass and Toxic Free Philly and the Friends groups are all working to make this a citywide program. We are so grateful for Giant Martins to make the donation to help transition these fields to organic management that makes it safe for all of our children and pets. And our goal really is that we believe that every child should be protected from harmful pesticides where they play, and Councilwoman Bass is taking this on to protect her community. And the fact that she's working on a policy before we even get the pilot program started shows her dedication to the district and to the city. So thank you.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you. And next up is Paul. Paul, I don't want to mess up your last name. I'm gonna try to. Madarieta. What is it? Okay, yeah, that's what I said. Paul is the director of urban retail, the Giant Company. Last month, Paul was named a 2020 Philadelphia Business Journal Minority Business Leader. He was the only member of the grocery industry to make this list. Congratulations, Paul.
Thank you for the kind words and for all you do, Councilwoman Bass. Good morning, everyone. My name is Paul Madarieta, and I'm the Director of Urban Retail at the Giant Company. Thank you all for coming out to show support for the Stonyfields Play Free initiative. When Stonyfield first approached us to get involved in this project back in 2019, we were excited to find an opportunity so in line with one of our pillars as a company, healing our planet. And with our focus on connecting families for a better future, we're happy to provide a safe and healthy place for families to play and gather. Fast forward to today, we're so happy to be together this morning. As Councilwoman Bass mentioned, we have some special guests joining our team here today. Aisa Richardson, from the office of Senator Street, thank you. Of course, Councilwoman Bass. Volunteers from our partner organization, the Philadelphia Phillies, including alumni player Mickey Morandini. Kim Conte, founding member of Non-Toxic Neighborhoods, thank you. Representatives from Planet B Foundation. Representatives from Philadelphia Parks and Recreation. And the Friends of Fernhill and Vernon Parks groups. Unfortunately, Stonyfield couldn't be here today due to COVID travel restrictions, but we wanted to share a little bit about their Play Free initiative. Did you know that since Stonyfield started as an organic farming school in 1983, they've been working to protect people and the planet from harmful pesticides? The Stonyfields Play Free initiative goes one step further by helping protect families and children in the places where they live and play. Stonyfield and their nonprofit partners like Non-Toxic Neighborhoods work with cities around the country, like here in Philadelphia, to help them take the steps to manage their fields organically and free from the use of harmful pesticides. On behalf of the Giant Company in Stonyfield, we're looking forward to working with the City of Philadelphia to help transition Fernhill and Vernon Parks. Parks are important places where families can gather, connect, and play throughout Philadelphia, and we're excited to help partner on this initiative to create better, safer environments for those who use the parks as their own backyards. So with that, I'd like to call Councilwoman Bass to join me and accept this check for $35,000. So on behalf of Giant Company and Stonyfield, we're looking forward to converting these amazing green spaces to organic.
Ready?
Right here, my left guy.
Take a breath. Ready?
Right here, guys.
And breathe.
So thanks everyone for being here. Now we're ready to kick off some volunteer activities. I'm going to hand it over to Emily to break you up into groups and get started. Have a great day.
Before we do that, I do want to just ask us if Charles Karn is here. He's the ward leader for this area. He just does a tremendous amount of work in the community, and he said he was coming. So I just, it's hard to recognize people with masks on. So I just want to make sure that I'm not overlooking him because he's just such a valuable community asset. And one last thing, Mickey, did you want to say something on behalf of the Phillies? You sure? The Phillies don't have nothing to say. Love the Phillies.
I'm here with a bunch of the front office people. We're all willing to help. Obviously, anytime we can help people in the city of Philadelphia, and especially the youth in the area, we're always proud to do that. So it's very special that we're here.